I went and had both my knees shot yesterday, and I got bad news from my orthopedic surgeon.
Okay.
You ever get your knees shot with
No, never.
It does not feel good.
Okay, so what's the
But
verdict?
you know what? Believe it or not, today they feel better, but it'll only last a little bit. Then I got to go get not stem cell, but I got to go get the rooster comb gel again.
Okay, so what's the
start next week?
So what's the point?
I mean, it's just one of those things where I'm thinking that there's something that the last time I was there a couple of weeks ago, and he talked a little bit about. He said, "I'll bet you Dr. Midius could go in." This is a champion orthopedic down South Haven. He said, "Bet you Dr. Midius could go in there and do with what do you call it, the arthroscopic surgery, and take out some little chips and pieces of bone and stuff like that, and really give you a lot of relief." So anyway, they did the big MRI and all the X-rays yesterday, and then he came in and said, "That's not going to help you at all." He said, "You're pretty much bone on bone."
Oh my God.
Yeah, and he said, "You're looking at knee replacement surgery."
Jesus, for both knees?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So are you going to do it?
No, I'm not going to do it.
And I'm still going to wrestle.
I said, "Give me a shot, Doc. Shoot both knees up for me."
So you're still going to wrestle.
Yeah.
And you got both your knees are basically gone.
Yeah, probably.
Well, for being,
well, they're not gone.
Yeah, but
you can still do whatever you want to do.
Right.
It's just very painful.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a lot of pain in the fact that your knee joints are bone on bone instead of having that cartilage or whatever that stuff is that is supposed to cushion between your upper bone and your lower bone there.
I thought you were scaring me, saying that you're gonna be like, "Oh, this is my last year wrestling, bro." Ooh.
No, I'm just gonna suffer through it.
Suck it up, King.
That's it. Suck it up, Buttercup.
This reminds me of, you ever seen Beyond the Mat?
What was that?
It was a Barry Bloomstein, I think is his name. It's a documentary back in '99, wrestling documentary, and he followed like The Rock around. Well, he followed Mick Foley around. He followed Terry Funk around.
And
Jake the Snake Roberts. It's a really good documentary. But they gave behind the scenes stuff like a WWF and whatnot. But they followed Terry Funk around, and they followed Terry Funk to the doctor. Remember, this is back in '98.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to the doctor about his knees, and the doctor's like, well, it's basically bone on bone.
Yeah.
And Terry Funk's like, "Well, can I still wrestle?" And the guy was like, "Well, you shouldn't be walking now anyway. Like you shouldn't even be walking without some kind of pain." But Terry Funk probably wrestled 20 more years after that.
Yeah, well, that's I know what you mean. That's what the doctor told me. He said, "I've seen people with X-rays that look just like your knees or not as bad as your knees that say they can't even sit at a desk. They can't even bend their knees to sit at a desk because it's in that much pain." And I guess you've hung around down here for months, and my knees have really started hurting as of late.
Yeah.
But you just, like you said, suck it up, keep going.
Just hope it doesn't rain.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, it's cloudy out there now. It's going to rain tomorrow.